Welcome back to Link by Golf, where we uncover the stories behind the people and places that shape the game. In this shorter episode, we're heading to the west coast of Scotland to explore the remarkable history of Kilmarnock Barassie Golf Club, a club steeped in tradition, known for its challenging links and proud producer of elite amateur talent, including a number of Walker Cup players. Joining us is David Addison, the General Manager of Kilmarnock Barassie. David brings not only deep insight into the club's present day operations, but also a wealth of knowledge about its storied past, from its roots in Ayrshire golf history to its role as a launch pad for some of the finest amateur golfers that Scotland has produced. This episode is brought to you by TrueLinks Wear. Head over to truelinkswear.uk to check out the latest range of shoes and apparel and support the brands that support the pod. It's a great conversation about legacy, community and enduring spirit of one of Scotland's best known courses. Let's go over to David. I'd love you to talk a little bit about Barassie as a golf course and what it's got, and there's a great picture behind you. I'll get to that later, but just tell the listeners a little bit about Kilmarnock Barassie as a place.
As a place, because I've grown up at it, you're quite passionate about it, if you know what I mean. It's your home away from home that's given you your career, so to speak. So as a club, we're a private members club, but we take visitors as well. So we've got 27 holes, which is a big asset to us. So
yeah,
for those 27 holes, we have about, all in, through all the memberships, including social, we've got 1,300 members. So
wow, that's huge.
Yeah, it's big. On top of that, we've got a playing waiting list of about 120. And then we've got a non-playing waiting list of 70 at the moment. So,
my goodness, that's great to hear.
Yeah, so we're doing well. It wasn't all like that. We've luckily, the club made a big change back in 2016 to change the governance of the club, where you have a business council to look over kind of strategy, and then you have the captain's committee to look over golf and social aspects. So, largely due to that change, it's enabled us to make a lot of changes how we operate the club. So in the last 5 years, we've taken our food and beverage in-house as opposed to franchise, and we seem to be very happy with what we're doing there. We've not really had any letters of complaint in since we've done it, so that's quite good. Our greens team, so our course manager retired, and we brought in a new course manager, Kerr. And then just recently, our head pro Gregor retired as well. Right. So, and James Caldwell just took that on. So the nice thing is that we've got a very young management team, which keeps it quite fresh to drive the club forward in ways that we think can bring it for, like keep making the membership experience better and the golfing experience better. But we've got a lot of passion within the team. So, for example, I'm an ex-junior here. Kerr, the course manager, is an ex-junior here. And Kerr actually grew up in the clubhouse. His mum used to be she used to run the catering when we were juniors.
So you all know what Kilmarnock Barassie is all about then.
Exactly. And I think we because especially Kerr and myself, we've been abroad. We've been to America. Kerr was in America for greenkeeping. Kerr then went to Sweden for greenkeeping, and then down to Kerr came to Barassie from the Addington, which was going through a big transformation. And I think because we've been abroad and seen a lot of things between us, then we can see where we can develop the course, to make it better, develop the facilities to make it better. Stuart, who runs the food and beverage, I mean, he's been here since he was about 19, 20, and he's so good 15 to 16 years. So he knows what the members expect for food and beverage wise as well. So yeah, we're in a very, very, very good place, and we seem to be getting busier and busier. So as
a golf course, it's a phenomenal place as well, right? I mean, it's got a lot of history attached to it too.
Yeah, almost every year since I've been here, we've held an R&A championship, and that's a little bit delayed due to COVID. So we held the women's arm with the Louise Duncan one, just coming out of COVID. We held we're on the open qualifying rota. So
I was going to say, are you still on that? Because there was always one before, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we are regional qualifying now. So we've got the first stage, basically. I actually met a few of my old golfing friends there. So, like, Scott Henry was trying to qualify last year. So I'm going, what are you doing here? You should be playing in the full thing, you know? So, we've it's a 4-year cycle for that. So this year there'll be our 3rd year hosting Open qualifying. So we'll get this year and next year.
Fantastic.
Last year the Open was at Troon, obviously, and we held the R&A Junior Open for them as well. So the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of the Open week. So
yeah,
it's almost like every year, right? What's the event this year? Okay, we'll just do that, get it done, do it right, and move on. So we put a championship board in the first tee, and it was really good because when I started here, I always felt we hid our history away, so to speak. So we're up in the loft and we're pulling old things down, like, oh, there's the start sheet for the 19 something such Open qualifying. You're going, geez, 30 shot the course record. Everybody else is playing in that, you know, and you're going, but this is all hidden up in the loft. So yeah, we did that. We put all the championships up on the board, and you're going, wow, I forgot we held that, you know. So, like,
it's interesting. I was listening to, I think it's called the 1457 podcast, which is really good. And Martin Dempster was on it the other day, and I'm sure it was him. He was talking about just the history that's in golf clubhouses.
Nuts.
The people have got no idea. You could spend hours and hours just reading through who's been there, who's played there.
Oh yeah,
it's incredible.
Like when I worked for Greg on the shop, we held Open qualifying, and Athelbal had just missed the chance, and I want to say it was like the BMW or something. There was something down in England, and he had to fly up last minute to qualify with us because he missed his last chance doing it through the tour. And I can't remember who was running the event from the R&A came in and said, that's it, no one else on the golf course now, we're closing it for prep for tomorrow. You know, so that's the practice rounds done. And we're like, okay, and an hour later, Athelbal walked in. He says, I'm just going out to play a practice round. And I remember Gregor and I looking at one another, and I says, are you going to tell him, or am I going to tell him that he can't play?
I'd like to thank Oliver Wilson and True Links Wear for supporting the show. Let's hear from Ollie now.
The OG3 Pro is the natural evolution of the OG range. We have a wide toe box that allows your foot to work naturally and your toes display. We have a cushioned zero drop platform. It's flexible, minimalist to allow you to feel the ground. It's waterproof and an aggressive spikeless outsole. And of course, it's tour tested.
So Gregor said, I'll do it. So he can't play. It's all closed off. And he was the nicest guy in the world. He said, you don't mind if I just leave my clubs then? I'll go and walk. And if you want to come and walk with me and tell me where to hit it or not, you know.
No problem, sir.
We're like, no, we're not coming.
Oh,
so you forget, like, there's a Athelbal. We had Seve here. So the Junior Open that the R&A do used to be the players' sons and daughters would play in it. So we had like Marco Mira, Cabrera, Seve playing it back in the day. So we've had we held one that was really cool, and they don't do it anymore. It's called the European Youths Championship.
Yeah.
And the Scotland team had like Jack Doherty, Barry Crawford, David Ingles played in that. Barry Hume played, not Barry Crawford, Barry Hume played in it. So Helicopter Hume, we called him that week because those clubs. Gregor's trolleys kept coming in with one wheel on them. So, but we had in that, I think Luke Donald played for England, Graham McDowell played for Ireland. You know, just it's amazing the people that have come and played the golf course and we don't talk about it, you know. So, like Rory's played here, John Rams played here in the British Boys. Who else? The guy boy won the British Boys. Oh, what's his name? He now plays in Live Golf from Spain. It'll come
David
to me now.
Pierce?
Oh, what's his name? Adrian Otaegui.
Oh, yeah, Otaegui, yeah.
So, as a club, we never really celebrated this, to be honest with you. We never celebrated that we've had all these fantastic golfers come and play. And, you know, my kind of goal was, look, we need to start flexing our muscles a little bit here. I always felt that the courses have always been good. You know, but if we just flexed our muscles in the golfing market a little bit, people might see us a little bit more. We might get more people to come and enjoy the golf course and talk about Barassie and
Yeah.
the way we think it should be talked about. So
it's really interesting. Maybe I'm going to make a guess here. Maybe your time in America's given you that thought pattern as well, that you got to shout a little bit more about what we've got in Scotland.
Oh, definitely. But that's Scots. Normal Scot. We're not like that. When you hear that in America, you go, oh, that's a bit cringe, But
yeah,
I think golf
even
up.
David, even for me, I mean, I've not been at a great level of playing, but I've been able to play in Scottish championships around Carnoustie. I've been down to Turnberry, you've played the Ayrshire, you've played all these places, and you're like, oh, I just played the old course the other day. As you do, right? And the guests that come over from other parts of the world, they're like, wow, my God, you've played there. And you're like, yeah, I paid like 60 quid for the tournament entry, got a couple of practice rounds.
I know. That's it. That's right. But the problem is we probably only played a couple of rounds. Most people play them all the way to the final, but we've probably played the practice round one or two.
Definitely one round. One round only and out.
I know. I remember playing Old Prestwick going, I got a good chance here. I always play well around Old Prestwick. And I get Kevin McAlpine, who was in unbelievable form, just going, all right, well, Gregor, I can work on Tuesday then, because I'll be out Monday.
I'll get the buggies set up for you Tuesday morning.
That's it. Just put me in the Tuesday morning shift. That'll do. So, but yeah, you're right. I think it's got better over the last maybe 4 or 5 years, especially in Scotland.
Yeah.
There's a big demand for especially Americans to come to Scotland, especially St Andrews. So I think everywhere else is starting to shout about themselves a bit more, which deservedly so. There's so many good golf courses in Scotland, and you look at our area, you can pretty much not leave a golf course and play Glasgow Gales all the way down to Prestwick, Old Prestwick, or if you really stretch it down to Prestwick St Nicholas, and you played 13 golf courses. I know. I mean,
I've never played. Unfortunately, I've never played Barassie, but never played Troon, but I've played the other two courses in Troon, Lochgreen and Darley, and they're magic. They're great fun.
Aye. Brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant fun to play.
Well, we need to get you down to Barassie, and we'll tick that one off the list for you. So.
Oh, I can definitely help with that. But in terms of other history for Barassie, from a playing point of view, you mentioned all the players that have come, but there's been some amazing players out of Barassie, and I see a couple of them behind you there.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Milligan and Gordon Sherry, Jack McDonald, Ewan Walker. I mean, 4 Walker Cup players. That's phenomenal.
Yeah. So we tried. We had a room. Well, it was 2 rooms. It's now made into one, but it was kind of like just a golf club front room. Just put the visitors in there and that's it, kind of thing. So coming out of COVID, when restrictions have been a bit more relaxed, the club were saying, look, you really need to celebrate these guys a bit more because it's a big talking point, So during COVID, we created this room called the Walker Cup Players Lounge. We spoke to the R&A about it. We can't call it the Walker Cup Lounge because it's not the Walker Cups Lounge, if that makes sense.
Right.
So,
okay.
But we spoke to, obviously, I'm pretty sure we are now tied in the modern era, the most represented club for GB&I in the Walker Cup. There's another one in England, the likes of Stiggy Hodgson and a few others played from. But so we've got Barassie is represented in the Walker Cup for GB&I 5 times. So Jim Milligan played in it twice. He was actually first reserve in the one in 1987. But he played in Peachtree in 1989, and the picture behind me, that's Jim chipping in at the 17th. Basically, they say that to win the Walker Cup for the first time in American soil.
That's what I was going to say. That's what he was famous for, right?
I think it's always in the opening credits as well, which is really cool. Then Gordon Sherry, I'm pretty sure a lot of golfers know about Gordon Sherry and how successful he was as an amateur. So Gordon was, he played in 95 and Woods played in that one.
That's right,
and then Jack McDonald played at Lytham as well, and Bryson played in that one. So, and then Ewan played at Liverpool. There's no major winners out of that yet, but I'm pretty sure there will be coming soon. But the beauty about all four of these guys they were all junior members of the club. They all grew up at the club. So, and it's been a big inspiration for the club and any juniors going forward that, look where you can go with it. So
I'm sure, I could be wrong, David, but I'm sure I've played tournaments, and I think you guys had like 10 entries in it.
aye.
Like the Lynx Trophy, I'm sure I played the Lynx Trophy. There was like 10 guys from Kilmarnock Barassie.
Yeah. We actually had, I'm pretty sure the Scotland team, but a bit of a while when I was a junior in the Scotland team, we had like, so myself and Ross Dixon played home internationals, and that was a bit uncommon. You wouldn't have two guys from the same county, let's say, and same club. And then towards the end, Stephen McHugh, myself and Robert McKnight played boys golf for Scotland, and I think we went to, I'm pretty sure we might have played in the boys Europeans together in Finland.
It's only, what, a 6-man team?
Aye. So it used to be a bit of a joke that if you played at Barassie, you would play in like the Scotland setup, but it wasn't because of obviously playing at Barassie. It was because of how the club looked after juniors and how the club developed juniors and how the club let us free rein to do what we wanted, if that makes sense. So, but it obviously creates, whatever we do, we must be doing something right, because like I've mentioned, the guys like playing in the Walker Cup, like Jim still plays every Saturday with his pals down here. Gordon, he lives in Helensburgh now, but he'll be down probably
Was he
once
still
a month.
down?
Yeah, still
That's
comes
great,
down.
that's nice.
Jack and Ewan, there's Ewan just walking literally by the window at the moment, in between his tournament schedule, and Jack's down quite a lot as well. So
That's
they're still
nice.
here and about,
Yeah.
and it's a great inspiration for people to come, and if that's what you want to do, look, Barassie has, I guess, been a big part of their journey to get there, but you're right, like it filters down. We've had a lot of boys who've represented the club in national championships, but it's funny because we've always said this: the goal is not to produce pros in our junior section. The goal is just that they get involved in golf, and we all know that they take a dip when they go to universities and get jobs, and that's it. But the goal is that, see, when they get back into golf, they go and join a club. If it's Barassie, fantastic. But if they go and join a club near where they work and play golf, that's us. We have done our bit in golf for the golfing community, and that's always been the attitude. So
It's a great attitude to have, David. A brilliant attitude.
I'm pleased to say that it's good. Like we've got a brilliant junior set up again. The junior convener's been excellent with it, and James and Gregor retired at the end of this year, and James has kind of continued on what Gregor's ethos was with it all. We had a junior information thing on Sunday there, and there's 60 folk turned up to it. They're going,
that's great.
Where are we going to fit all these people when they come down on a Thursday night again for their coaching and to play in the juniors? So, but it's really healthy. It's really healthy. So I think, as I was saying, the change in the club, probably back to change how the club runs itself by the members, they are now more taking on what the management teams are saying to them. Let's go and develop this. Let's go and try and develop this. And I think it's more, they're happy to, they're going, well, we employ you guys as experts in your field to keep developing the place. So keep at it, and we'll support you if we think it's right. So it's actually a really fresh club to be a part of, which is quite strange, even though it's been around since 1887. So
yeah.
So it's really, it's just very refreshing. You're not coming into Barassie in your morning and going, up, it's going to be the same thing today, here we go, so to speak. So
That's it for this episode of Link by Golf. A big thank you to David Addison for sharing his time and insight into the incredible history of Kilmarnock Barassie Golf Club. From producing Walker Cup legends to preserving the soul of Scottish links golf, it's clear the story of Barassie is far from finished. If you enjoyed the conversation, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share the episode with your golf-loving friends. Anything you can do helps me continue to bring these stories to light. And a special thanks again to our sponsor, TrueLinkswear UK. Head over to truelinkswear.uk to check out their incredibly comfortable shoe designs and support the brands that support the pod. Until next time, I'm Ross McGuire. Thanks for listening.